And coming to you live here from Herd Island and McDonald Islands over here, actually pretty much way up north from Antarctica. We're here today with the 14th, I believe. Let me double check this. Yes, 14th edition of Sparkling Tuna Cup number 14. I am, of course, your host Yaku of the Zaku, and with me today is El Puma Masivo que está equipado por la Duma Light _ VIP. How we doing, Light?
What's up, Yaku? I hope you have enjoyed your short break. I have as well.
I was asleep.
I hope everyone in the chat as well, because we spent an entire week casting the DreamHack qualifiers, and now we are done. Now we are back with our regular weekly tournaments.
It's been so long.
Oh god, yeah. I know some people were like, "Yo, is it gonna happen this week?" And I was like, "Oh, we may postpone it." And then Kura's like, "Nah, I made the bracket." It's like, okay, we're going. Let's go.
Should have asked before we before she made the bracket. But of course, regardless, we are going to begin with 2,000 atmospheres LE for our first matchup. Two players who honestly we don't get to cast that much. Here at the bottom left-hand corner map, starting all the way to the bottom left-hand corner, we of course have a pink Protoss player coming out from the land of Poland. He is going to be representing Team Blazer. He is Krystianer.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres LE, we have our Singaporean Zerg player himself representing Platinum Heroes. It is Cheoklate. And yeah, mate, it's good to be back.
It really is.
Oh god, I guess to kind of catch everyone up, for people who are wondering, and maybe people who followed us during the qualifiers and aren't like too familiar with our events, this is Sparkling Tuna Cup, and this is our weekly tournament that is open to all regions.
Yeah, basically the pro edition that we do right now, we do alternate between the professional tournament and the amateur ones. Well, I say alternate, but they are on 2 separate days.
Mm-hmm.
But we like to have one of both.
Yeah, exactly. We run a decent amount of our own tournaments. We have our own mascots. As you can see on the screen right now, you can see our duck. Our ducks. Well, I mean, you can see our duck. You can also see our tuna. I don't think our tuna has a name.
Yeah, I think we were workshopping ideas of the name for a while.
Yeah.
Did we ever name the platypus?
Kuro dubbed the platypus Lloyd.
Oh, I wanted the platypus to be Alan.
that could have
all right.
That could have been fitting as well. We already had an Alan, I guess.
Alan the duck.
Yeah, we did. But yes, this is our weekly tournament. I guess the biggest difference between this tournament and all the others is that this is at a friendly time for the Korean and the Southeast Asian region. So because of that, we usually have a little bit more, Korean or Southeast Asian representation. And the reason why we started this was because Olima League stopped becoming a weekly. They kind of changed their format.
Yeah, it became more of an invitational with a lot of themes, very, very interesting ones to spice things up, but we kind of felt that there was a bit of a, I don't want to say power vacuum, but there was a bit of an open place for a weekly tournament that was friendly for time zone in the East, so we decided to, if nobody else was doing it, then we might as well.
Yeah, there was kind of space for it, and we decided to try and fill that in. We also used to run our own weekly Oceanic and Southeast Asian tournament called Grand Platypus Open. All the VODs are on our YouTube channel. We had like 80-something editions of that, which was really good, but we kind of merged that idea with this, because we can only really run one tournament at a time. We don't really have the funds to run multiple, and because of that, we actually have a bonus for the people of those regions.
Yeah. Which is why, if you would like to see the Grand Platypus Open return, ! Patreon in the chat. And potentially we might get the funds to do 2 tournaments.
Maybe.
Maybe. We might not have the manpower though.
Yeah. Our Patreon is set up to grow our current tournaments, not expand it more. But regardless, we're here. We're in our first series, and we have a little bit of an EU versus Southeast Asia matchup.
Yeah, and we were kind of alluding to it beforehand. These two players have played in a decent number of Sparkling Tuna Cups here. Cheoklate as well is somebody who we've seen in a couple of other events. Already 5 drones going down. Nice pick off here for Krystianer. But yeah, as we were saying, despite them being pretty active, we haven't really been able to catch too much of them.
Exactly. Like Chocolate's, I think, been participating in a little bit more. He's been like an amateur player who has slowly grown up with us in a way, and we've seen him thrive and excel even to achieve even greater heights. Krystianer has played in like 2 Sparkling Tuna Cups. He isn't the most active player, but we'll see how far he goes because he is, still one of the stronger players in Europe.
Yeah, definitely on the up and up.
And speaking of, he did open up already with the Stargate. Oh, we'll lose 1 Oracle, but you could argue it already paid for itself. Oh.
It definitely did, but there's a lot of potential keeping that Oracle alive that just doesn't exist anymore. Thankfully for Krystianer, though, he is transitioning out of that. This was an Oracle into Glaive build.
Oh, exactly. It was only double Oracle, not triple, so not the most committed kind of build here into this Oracle style from Krystianer, going into these hidden glaives. And this is a little bit scary. Look at the vision of Cheoklate. He does have an Overlord that's, okay, it's slowly sneaking on in, but it doesn't have Overlord speed. It's going to take a while to get into the main base. I'm worried that by the time it gets in, it's not even on the way.
Yeah, Cheoklate is playing things safe a little bit, grabbing that Roach Horn, and I imagine he's going to be focusing on Roach Ravager as his main composition anyway, but yeah, it would be nice for him to get that Overlord in to confirm.
Yeah, I mean, now he finally gets a glimpse of this. The Adepts are coming across map. Glaives isn't done yet, but it's going to finish up by the time the army is already in the mineralized. Cheoklate evacuates, but he has 0 roaches right now.
Yeah, he actually just droned up, so that's a bit of an unfortunate timing. He's trying his best to scramble a defensive force, but 6 drones already go down. These queens should be going down soon as well.
Yeah, exactly. The lings are falling left and right. The queens have no buffer either, and now even more drones are falling. Roaches are on the way, but again, a little bit too late. Cheoklate had no idea that the Adepts were coming. He had no scouting information. He had no vision until it was already here.
And this is already some pretty game-ending damage. It's not quite enough to end it right now. Krystianer actually not deciding to get to the next phase off his tech as well instead of committing further into this. But he's already secured himself such a lead that it's hard to see him giving it up.
Yeah, like 26 drones, and we also have a stasis trap. Oh god, no, Cheoklate, no! Ah!
Actually, a few more drones than necessary caught up in that stasis ward, and now the Adepts are back.
Yeah, you could argue maybe the stasis trap is a good thing because it keeps all these drones alive. So maybe there's like a little bit of a silver lining there, but again, the Adepts are not stopping, and Krystianer, he isn't tunnel visioning. We have a transition here. We have Immortals on the way. We have more gateways. We have Blink as well.
Yeah, his eyes are on the future right now. Yeah, not too many drones caught up in that, but like you were saying, Light, that might be worse for Cheoklate here. GG is called as he sees some writing on the wall, and Krystianer takes game number 1 without even having a full-on army fight. He just killed workers.
Yeah, GG.
That's how it's done.
Well, it was a very, very well executed build there by Krystianer. Very clean, and Cheoklate again lacking a little bit there in the scouting. Other than that, I think he was doing fairly well. He was losing a couple of drones to the initial Oracle, but things weren't getting out of hand at that point.
Yeah, definitely not at that point. By the time the Adepts came in, though, that kind of sealed his fate. Again, even though he was getting the Roach Warren, he didn't realize that he had to be building roaches because he didn't send the Overlord in to the main base. That's pretty vital information to have.
Yeah, it was a pretty crucial point in that game, so a bit of a feels bad man there for Cheoklate, but maybe he has something special in store for us in game 2.
Yeah, we'll see. It is going to be on Heartwire, which is a bit more of a standard map, but just because it's standard doesn't mean you have to play standard.
Exactly. I want to remind everyone that Cheoklate is that one player who did actually take True all the way to the ace match in one of the first Sparkling Tuna Cups. Like, he's got it.
He was literally number 1.
Yeah.
if I remember it correctly. And he did that by spine rushing.
He did.
He almost made it work twice in a row.
Mhm.
Almost. Not quite.
Almost.
But he made it work once.
Yeah, you know, sure it was a ZVZ, but again, it just shows that he is capable of such a feat, especially with cheese, and that's kind of what I'm thinking of here, because game one was pretty straightforward, I should say.
Yeah. A little bit of an aggressive opener coming out here from Krystianer, but not exactly an unexpected one either. Well, I mean, for Cheoklate it was unexpected, but that's just because he did scout. Anyway, we are going to be continuing our series now onto Hardwire LE. But of course, in the top right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner, we have a pink Protoss player coming down from the land of Poland. He is going to be representing Team Blazer. He is Krystianer.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the Singaporean Zerg player himself representing Platinum Hero. It is Cheoklate.
We're getting some suggestions in chat right now, like for names. Kuro said that the platypus name is actually Paco. After Paco, Mike.
Wait, should it be Paco or should it be Tapo? What? This is my question to you, Kuro.
Oh, because then the po is in this. Because then the P is in the second syllabus, and then what about Papo?
Oh god. There's potential there. There's potential there. Steel is saying Tony the Tuna.
That's too Italian.
Yeah, I was about to say that makes
Tony.
I picture a tuna with like a baguette, you know? It's like that's
not a baguette with a beret.
Yeah.
Mustache coming on. Old mate Tony.
Aye. So no, Tony has too many Italian affiliates. Yeah, but it's got to be Korean, right? It's got to be a Korean tuna.
Dongwon? But Dongwon is too obvious.
But Dong. I don't know if that's what we want to call our tuna, but maybe. Oh god.
Think of names that start with T. Tiger. Tiger the Tuna.
It's a work in progress. Oh god. Speaking of a work in progress, we are just getting into game number 2. So far, again, I'm surprised that Cheoklate didn't decide to cheese, mate. I'll be honest.
Yeah, so am I. But I think that the map definitely has a lot to do with that. You know, he's not feeling too confident getting away with, well, I guess he wouldn't be spine rushing, you know, or proxy hatching on a map like in a ZVP, but yeah, I'm guessing he's just not feeling too confident, and it is good practice regardless, playing a macro game against somebody like Krystianer.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, you know, you want to like test your meta, you want to see how good, how well you can perform. You know, in game 1, he killed an Oracle of Krystianer. You know, how many people can say they've done that? And how much more can he do? Because so far, Krystianer, this opener is the exact same as last game.
Yeah, we'll keep our eyes on the production tab to see if and when Krystianer throws down that Twilight Council, but for now it is going to be pretty Oracle heavy.
Yeah, so far. First Oracle is on the way. Meanwhile, two Adepts are kind of testing the waters here on the defensive shoulder. He does commit to the chain. He's going to be focusing down these drones.
Nice, great target firing coming out from him. Already getting 2 drones and forcing a decent bit of lost fighting time.
Yeah, but this is starting to tack up a little bit here. 5, 6 drones going down. Can he get 7? Up!
He gets 7. That's even more than the Oracle got in game 1, mind you. And speaking of the Oracle, it's rocking up.
No, not like this. The Oracle comes into the main base. Oh god, there's no spawn. The Queens are slowly boiling up, but there wasn't any creep protecting the bases.
That is so unfortunate here. Oracle getting more than more than doubling the amount of damage done by the initial Adepts, and those are Glaveless Adepts, and only 2 of them as well, mind you. Krystianer will take that series to to 0. I don't even have time to turn off my Bluetooth. That's how it's won. That's how you win the battle before even fighting.
That was crazy, mate. That was crazy.
It was.
GG. Well played.
You know what that reminds me of, Light? That reminds me of going for a mind drop as your opener and having your Protoss opponent insta leave. This is basically the ZVP equivalent to that, or the PvZ equivalent to that.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much. Like, that was, again, if you thought game 1 was smooth by Krystianer, here, like, everything went right for him. He just executed his build, and he just pulled his opponent apart. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of, like, a class disparity between these two players, and yeah, that was really showcased in game 2. Oof.
Yeah. You'd see a little bit of it in game 1, but yeah, I think Krystianer in game 1 was kind of thinking, alright, this is kind of an unknown opponent. I'm going to go for something aggressive, but I want to suss him out as well. Game number 2 is like, oh, I can just kill the drones and run from there.
Yeah, that was really well done by Krystianer. And yeah, well played. He does move on to the second round, which was to be expected. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket. You can see all the round 1 matches. A lot of them are still ongoing. It's round 2 where things really start popping off.